Welcome to a new week in GT Online where you're just going to spend money and not make any. So in this video, I'm going to show you 4 things you should buy this week and take advantage of the discounts. This update runs from July 31st to August 7th. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, consider subscribing, and let's dive in. Let's start with the Garment Factory, which is 30% off this week on Maze Bank foreclosures, bringing the price down significantly. The property has no upgrades or renovations, so what you see is what you get. The Garment Factory comes with a weapon workshop where you can customize your weapons, apply different magazines, upgrade them to their Mark II variants, and personalize them with liveries and tints. It also includes a garage where you can store your terabytes, and not only that, you can customize it here as well. Unlike the nightclub, this location offers access to exclusive terabyte upgrades. The collectible scanner lets you scan collectibles when you're near them. The silent running makes you invisible on the map when your terabyte is stationary. The missile lock-on jammer prevents player from locking onto you with homing missiles, and the master control terminal adds a control terminal to the back of the terabyte, letting you manage all your businesses from one place, which is super useful. And keep in mind that this drops to 500k if you already own it in your agency. You'll also get a 10 vehicle garage in the basement, which is pretty solid, especially since it's included by default. In that basement, you'll also find the exclusive fast travel feature for the Garment Factory, letting you teleport to different locations around the city. It's not always the most useful, but it's a nice extra. When it comes to making money, you have access to the FIB files, which can be launched either from the downstairs PC or straight from your phone. And this is awesome because it means you can start missions from anywhere on the map. There are 4 different files, each paying around 150k, and they can be replayed as many times as you want. There's also a random one called Priority File, which rotates weekly and pays double, but you can only complete it once per week. Keep in mind that every file takes about 25 minutes to complete. And finally, though this is probably the least exciting part, the Garment Factory safe. It only generates between $1,500 and $2,000 per in-game day, with a max capacity of 100k, making it the worst passive income source in the game. Overall, it's a solid property, not the best for making money, but the terabyte upgrades, garage space, and fast travel make it worth considering, especially at 30% off this week. Next, we have all special cargo warehouses, also 30% off, and this is an investment you absolutely have to make no matter what. The CEO cargo is one of the best money-making methods in the game in the long run, but warehouses are extremely expensive, so taking advantage of the 30% discount is the best thing you can do. Trust me, you won't regret it later. First of all, even though all small, medium, and large warehouses are discounted, you should always buy large warehouses and all in a row. I'll explain why. These cost between $1.9 and $3.5 million, and if you bought the same ones as mine normally, you'd spend around $14.3 million, which is expensive but worth it. With the discount, you'll pay around $10 million, saving you about $4 million. That's an incredible deal you really have to take advantage. I say buy them in a row because even though you can source actively, you'll almost always do it semi-passively. You basically go through all your warehouses and pay your technicians to source between 1 and 3 crates each, and they come back after 48 minutes. So if your warehouses are lined up, you can go through all of them much faster without driving all around the city. Like I said, you won't make quick money with this, but in the long run, as you go through your warehouses, they'll fill up slowly and become worth it. For example, I haven't done any manual sourcing on any of mine and they already have a good amount of crates, considering they were empty last week. This is the best advice I can give you, buy them because it's definitely worth it. And next up we have the Buckingham Veletas, which is 40% off this week, making it a pretty solid deal. It's initially a Pegasus vehicle, so if you want to call it through your interaction menu, you'll need to take it to your hangar first. There's not much you can do with it there, apart from changing its color, which honestly I don't think it's necessary, it already looks absolutely gorgeous, but the option is there if you want to give it a unique touch. Now let's talk performance. The Veletas is the second fastest helicopter in the game, only behind the Sparrow, reaching speeds of 161 miles per hour, which is awesome. In terms of handling, it's really good, agile, smooth, and nicely balanced, but keep in mind that because of the slick and thin design, you need to be careful when landing. If you're not gentle, it can bounce back up or even flip. After all, this is a luxury chopper, not an attack one. It can carry up to 4 players, and the passengers in the back actually get VIP treatment. They can even drink champagne while flying. I think it looks insanely good. One thing you need to be careful about though, as you can clearly see, it's made most of glass with tons of windows, so you're very exposed to gunfire. Just something to be aware of. Overall, if you're looking for a helicopter to chill and have fun with your friends, this one is a great choice. And even if you just want something fast to fly across the map, the Veleta still shines. Before we jump into the weekly recap, let's talk about the Barrage, which is also 40% off, giving it a really solid price this week. To start with, the Barrage can be customized in either the MOC or the Adventure. I'm not pretty sure if if it can in the agency. Besides the regular performance upgrades, you can also upgrade the bodywork. Feel free to use whichever you like, but just make sure to equip something like these types of roll cage, because the other options not only not offer protection from gunfire, but they also block you from using weapons or throwables while driving. This type of roll cage gives you at least some protection, unlike most of the others. As for the turrets, it comes stock with machine guns on both the front and the back, but you can upgrade them with miniguns on both positions. However, for the rear turret, you also have the option to equip a grenade launcher for 250k, which can be a good option. A few things that you need to keep in mind is that the front turret has decent angles and coverage, but the rear turret is very limited, and using it at high speeds or especially when off-roading can be a nightmare. The camera shakes around like crazy and it's hard to hit anything. Also, when using the turrets, you're fully exposed to gunfire, and unlike some other vehicles, you can duck or take cover, which makes it risky during missions. That said, the barrage is probably better for PvP than for missions. Why? Because even though it might not look like it, this thing can tank up to 12 homing missiles or 5 RPGs, which is insane. But due to its weight, it also flips much more easily than other armored and weaponized vehicles. Overall, if you mostly play solo, I wouldn't recommend buying this, and if this is your first weaponized / armored vehicle, then there are definitely better options out there. But if you just want to have fun with your friends, then definitely pick it up, because in my opinion, it's absolutely worth it. Now moving on to the weekly recap, and once again Rockstar doesn't disappoint when it comes to bringing trash after trash. For money bonuses, we have the Cayo Perico Motor Wars returning. I tried it out, nothing special or new, but it's fun and it's paying 4 times money for GTA Plus members. We also have 2 times money in RP on Safeguard deliveries, Quick Farm deliveries, pizza deliveries, taxi work, car wash passive income, that's pretty okay, and the feature series. Honestly, it's all pretty mid except for the car wash passive income. This week's LS Car Meets Prize Ride is the Vapid Illusion, and all you need to do is place top 2 for 3 days in a row in any LS Car Meet race. It's absolutely worth it, good IMANI tech vehicle, so try to win it this week. On the test track, we have the Hijack Ruston, the Guardi Carbonazeri, and the Ines Super Diamond, all of which are removed vehicles, so if you've been looking for one of them, go for it. At the Diamond Casino, the podium vehicle is the Vapid Winky. It's a cool little vehicle, so if you want to try it, go for it. Over at the gun van this week, we've got the Stun Gun 30% off, the Combat Shotgun 40% off for GTA Plus members, the Compact EMP Launcher, Minigun, Heavy Revolver, and Knife, and for throwables, you'll find Sticky Bombs, Molotovs, and Tear Gas. This week's regular time trial is Grand Senora Desert, and the HSW time trial is East Vinewood. And the FIB priority file this week is the Fine Art file. At the salvage yard, we have the Anis Heroes by completing the Podium robbery, the Inventero Coquette Blackfin by completing the McTony robbery, and the Albay Omnis by completing the Duggan robbery, but as always, none of these cars are claimable. At Simeon's dealership, we've got the Vapid FMJ, the Inventero Coquette Blackfin, the Bravado Verlier, the Overflawed Entity XF, and the Canis Seminole, all pretty solid picks this week. And finally, at Luxury Autos, we have the Dinka LS Car Meet Chester RR and the Vapid Uranus Lost Speed. And that's what we've got going on this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like, consider joining the family, and I'll see you in the next one.